What's up, y'all? It's your man Nico Bean, and I wanted to hop on here and talk about what has recently come out about Ryan Coogler saying that the original plot for Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, was supposed to be a father and son story. Hmm. I I was on Twitter when I first saw this come out, and I said cap because I don't believe that. Why would you do a father and son story knowing damn well that Storm and T'Challa are supposed to be the ones that have a child? Not Nakia and T'Challa, not anybody else, not his first love, which is I think was Monica Rambeau. No, I don't believe that. And then on top of that, you say you read all the comic books when they give you a whole crate of them. So you do know that Storm is supposed to be the queen of Wakanda, and that the X-Men were bought at the time when 28 and when Black Panther was made, and even though they had plans to put the X-Men into the MCU and they had future plans of doing that, why would you try to make Nakia a single mother? And then you try to say that, oh yeah, he's co-parenting. That's not what kings do. They don't co-parent. They have the child in the freaking family. This is not God of War. This is not freaking Game of Thrones. We don't do that in Wakanda, okay? That is not the way. What are you thinking, Ryan Coogler? I hope you do not make any more movies within the Black Panther franchise. Because like John Ridley, you don't need to be making them if you're going to shit on the name of T'Challa, which you've already done in the realm or claiming to honor the late great Chadwick Boseman, who you claim to be your friend and brother. You know damn well that your brother, in your words, does not like what you're doing. And then you went to go visit his grave before you made this Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. So explain to me why you decide to go and bask in Chadwick Boseman's energy, spiritual energy, and then you say that he was pushing you to complete this movie. Take a pause for thought. You go to his grave with the cast and crew. You say that you were feeling him push you through this movie. I believe wholeheartedly that when you decided to destroy the men in this film for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, you felt the conviction that Chadwick, if he was alive and he was away from the project doing something totally different, he would have came to you and said, "What the fuck are you doing? I did not play this character from 2016 before you got to the Marvel company as a director for you to mess it up all because I'm not playing it no more." No, that's not how things are done in movie business. And yes, there are politics behind T'Challa being one of the prominent black roles, but the whole story of T'Challa is engraved in black history in America. So for you to all of a sudden go behind his back, well, not behind his back, but go behind everything that was set up in the first movie, and as Dr. Umar Johnson says, make the Talocans the badasses of this film when we don't know a damn thing about, well, it's not really Talocon, it's Atlantis, but you decide to inject Mexican American culture into this, Mesoamerican culture. I'm sorry, let me be correct. And then you decide to make Namor, who is way older than T'Challa, you decide to make Namor the antithesis of strength and male masculinity in this film. That doesn't sit well with me. And I've been reading things about what you've been saying. I haven't listened to the podcast. I probably need to listen to that podcast on Spotify. But I'm just pondering and reading a lot of things. And you don't need to be in the franchise no more, bro. You come out and said that you make more Black Panther films if they welcome and they have you. We have you. We don't want you, bro. We don't. Because apparently you're not even freaking paying attention to what your job is. You have a script laid out for you in the comic books. You made Namor go up against Shuri in his first outing, which does not make any sense. Why would you have a princess who is not even a queen of Wakanda go up against Namor? Why? Yes, Shuri goes up against Namor in the comics, but that's in Doom War. Why did you decide to put Toussaint, a new character, who's not even his son? Because I'm not accepting that. I'm not. Why would you put that inside of your movie when you could have had Doom the entire time saying, yeah, I was orchestrating all this shit? Like, why? That doesn't make, no, it don't make money. And you didn't break even. You didn't, in my book. People might have messed with numbers or whatnot and said that you guys broke even, but you didn't in my book, because it doesn't make sense for you to not have the main character in this film for your franchise. And now we're going into phase 5, where you have Black Captain America with Sam Wilson. You have Kate Bishop. You have all the new Avengers and none of the OG Avengers, because their contracts are up and they're not playing their roles anymore. And even to the point where they said they don't want to come back. So, with T'Challa, who was really supposed to be the leader of the Avengers moving forward, you just decided to squash all that because you were in your feelings. Yeah, it's past time. We gotta be blunt with you, bro. You were in your feelings, bro. Like, really. You were in your feelings and you thought, oh my gosh. Chadwick's dead. Okay, let me just sit on the character now since he's dead. Because we knew, it sounds to me that you didn't like the character. You didn't really care about the character. You just wanted to put this as another Creed movie because you had your boy Michael B. Jordan in the movie too. That's Killmonger. Like, I don't know what it is with you. You guys made some kind of bond on Fruitvale Station. He's like, oh yeah, man, we like make a lot of movies with these black folks because we like death. We like seeing our people die, especially our men. Man. Like, yeah, we got a heart on for that. Why? And then you try to carry it over into fictional characters. No. Just no. I'm pretty sure your professors that taught you in school, like, what the hell? I didn't teach him to do this shit. This don't even make no sense. And Hollywood's just going to do what the hell you want to do because apparently we don't support each other. And I'm giving you a critique of what you've been doing for the past years with the film. Because not only did you kill T'Challa, well, I don't think T'Challa's dead. That's just my personal opinion, but you decided to kill his mother. That left a bad taste in my mouth, and I almost walked out the theater. I walked out the theater twice, because one, I already knew what was going on with Toussaint in the film, where you gave him a bastard child. That didn't make any sense. You kill Queen Ramonda, and you have Namor kill him. Explain to me how the glass broke in the specific scene where Ramonda is drowned with Riri, and only one piece of vibranium hits the glass. And that's another thing I asked. Why did you give Talokan vibranium? Why did you do that? Why did you give Talokan vibranium? And vibranium is only supposed to be in Wakanda. Because in the first movie, the meteor hit Wakanda. Now, I do understand that some things could be broken up and hit different parts of surrounding Africa. But still, why? That does not make any sense. In the comic books, there is no vibranium in Wakanda or Talokan. There's none of that. Why would you do that? And then on top of that, in the upcoming Captain America movie, adamantium is going to be introduced through Tiamat, the island of the Celestial that was ceased from being born thanks to Cersei in the Eternals movie. And adamantium is the rival to vibranium. So, instead of having Talokan be the water version of Wakanda, why couldn't you have adamantium be down there? I don't understand that. Because to me, that was a perfect segue for possibly having, since you want to make Namor a mutant, and he says he's a mutant in the movie, you could have had a direct link to Wolverine via Talokan. You could have spun it like that and had vibranium go up against adamantium and see what's the best metal. You could have done that, but no. You want to make Talokan the strongest nation between strong secret nation between Wakanda and Talokan. And then the United States are like, oh, the Wakandans killed so-and-so. They did this, that, and the third. And then when Agent Ross, which I don't know why he was in this movie, says that Wakanda saved his life in the first movie, and he's the one sticking up for him once again. Why? Why do you have a CIA operative that is sticking up for a foreign nation that is not supposed to be known to the world? It's bad enough that you had T'Challa open up the world via the UN. He didn't do that. In the very first couple films from when he helped Bucky get back his memory, when I helped Bucky erase the brainwashing, he only did that because his father was a victim, just like Bucky was a victim. That's what he said in Captain America Civil War. And I believe that the Russo brothers should come back and fix the Black Panther franchise, because they did a really good job. When they wrote the way that they had Chadwick Boseman play T'Challa in 2016's Captain America Civil War was pristine. And I like that. T'Challa's supposed to be a wise ass. He's a smart ass, a wise ass, and very, very, very articulate. In the 2018 movie with Ryan Coogler, you had him as just this shy boy. I don't get it. I don't really get it at all. And so now we're at a situation where you try to say that he died of a mysterious illness, which he cannot do because he had the heart-shaped herb in the end game when he came back from being dusted for 5 years. And then what I don't understand is, and I had this conversation with, I didn't have a conversation. It was basically a tweet thread where the script was you're gonna have T'Challa mourn the 5 years he was gone. He didn't look like he was mourning at the end of Endgame. He didn't look like he was mourning. He looked like he was happy to be undusted, back with his family, and back in charge of his nation. That's what he looked like he was doing. And then at the beginning of Wakanda Forever, he said, oh, he's in critical condition. Oh, he's this mysterious illness. Oh my gosh. Oh, the heart-shaped herb can't do anything because, oh, it's out of his system. Why? I don't understand it. I don't understand how lazy-ass writing like that gets put into movies. I don't. It doesn't make money. And yes, you have this little bit of $755 million, whatever it made, close to $8 million, $800 million. That doesn't break even at all. Because you took money from A Strange World, which was crap. I didn't even watch the movie. And you took $250 million from that to make marketing moves for Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because you were banking on this movie to push your little plan to into Phase 5. And I'm pretty sure when you introduce the X-Men, it's going to be a shit show, because not only are you going to still try to put politics in these movies that don't have to be and don't need to be, because it doesn't do good. As Adam Post says, when you go woke, you go broke. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. When you go woke, you go broke. Because when you try to put woke content into a film that's tied to the nonsense of the real world, that's supposed to be that's not supposed to be put into the fictional world that we so love, because we escape this world to go into a fictional world. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Yes, you can have little tidbits. And then what I mean by tidbits is close to nothing. That's what you're supposed to have in a fictional world. It's called fantasy for a reason. Did you take English? Like, really? I'm trying to understand some things. But, like I said, T'Challa Storm, they have a son called Azuri that is a mutant and has part of the heart-shaped herb in his veins because via his father, he is a mutant and a Black Panther. So I don't know. Well, I might have to go back and do my research on that. But in this next comic book run, whoever's going to be the new Arthur for the character of T'Challa, I implore you. Oh, shoot.